Hey guys, Magnus here, just bringing you a little quick video, just to celebrate Halloween and all. So it's Halloween today, and it's a bit late, but I thought I was gonna think, last year I did this whole week thing where I played a load of different games. It didn't really generate many views, and I've been very busy, so I wasn't able to produce that this year, unfortunately. But instead I just thought I'd just do a little quick off the bat video, and I'm gonna be doing my ranked Halloween updates. So all the years we've had Halloween from 2012 to 2016, I'm going to rank those years from worst to best, or best to worst. I title it best to worst because it sounds better, but it's actually worst to best. Spoiler. Anyway, moving on. Oh, sue me. That misleading title. Clickbait, I don't know. So the worst Halloween event, we may as well just break this in. The worst Halloween event, in my opinion, is 2015's Halloween event. So of course, this was last year's, and it added us the Model Donut, the Star Spawn, the Disco Zombie, the Formless Terror, and the Helter Skeletor, whatever. Honestly, the Model Donut was the first one, and the rest were just premium things added on the takedown. It really annoyed me because they didn't add much, and that's what really annoyed me about this event. They had some okay buildings, they had the Reen Education Center and the Spooky Cabin. They had the campfire, and they had that temple thing you can put in the water, and they had some, they had the new skins for the Simpsons house and the Moe's and Quickie Mart. But honestly, it was pretty awful. It didn't really add very much, and honestly, overall, I thought it was pretty crappy, and I was very disappointed with this Halloween event. Yeah, definitely the worst Halloween event in my opinion ever, and deserves to be in the bottom. So the sort of fourth worst one, I want to say, well, we're getting better. I mean, this one was still pretty good. Is Halloween 2012. I wasn't really there for it, so I mean, I can't comment on it all too much, and I feel like I can't really comment on it all too much, but because I only really came for Christmas 2012, that was my sort of first ever update. But I'm just looking at what was said and what was released, and they released a fair few things. They released obviously, well, they didn't actually. They released the Mayan Guard and the Mayan Homer costume, the Talking Krusty Doll, the Raven, Devil Flanders, Kang, and Burns Monster. The only problem I had is they didn't really release many characters that were playable. The only playable character they released to people was Kang. Kang was the only playable character that they actually released, and he's donuts anyway. So well, you have to buy the laser, which is donuts. So honestly, it was pretty bad, well, not bad, but it was that was why I've sort of put it lower. Is they they didn't really add very many playable characters, which I think kind of ruined it a little bit. But it wasn't so bad. They did add the cemeteries, but the Pet Cemetery and the normal cemetery, and they added the Super Collider and the House of Evil, the Bad Dream House, and the Mausoleum. So it wasn't terrible, and also the Heck House as a costume, so for a skin for the building, and the Mayan calendar, and a load of other little decorations, like the laser thing where you shoot down, the ray gun where you shoot down Kang's thing. It wasn't that bad, I guess, but it's just because they only really added one playable character. That's the reason I'm going to have to put it this low. So the third worst one in I guess in effect, or the first best one. Let's say the first best one. That sounds better. Is the 2014 tapped out Halloween event. So this one wasn't so bad. There was a lot of crafting involved in this one, though. This is why I feel ruined it. There was too much crafting in it. It was too heavily reliant on crafting, and I feel like that really ruined it. We got stuff like the Grand Pumpkin, the Pumpkin House. We got Hugo as a character. We got the Rigelian Tribal Hut. We got the Mutant Peacock, the Bulldozosaurus. Other characters like the Space Mutant with the Driving Theatre, the UBO as a costume for Mr. Burns. There was a lot of cool little things that were added in this one. Again, they only actually really added two playable characters in this one, the Space Mutant and Hugo. They are two pretty cool well, I say Hugo's a cool one. The Space Mutant was just sort of dragged from a really obscure little cameos that it had in The Simpsons. So that was a bit disappointing in terms of that. But overall, it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't very amazing either. Definitely better than 2012 and 2015. However, it's in the middle spot, which I think is fair. It deserves to be in the middle spot. And number 2, I've put 2016. So 2016 is It's good so far. Obviously, I haven't seen the whole thing. We're waiting for Act 3, which is going to come out tomorrow, which is really, really cool. But so far, I would say it was pretty decent. It wasn't. I mean, it's not like it's amazing. It's the best update we've ever had. But honestly, I think like for this late in the game, in terms of characters, I think that they've done really well. Of course, they added the Space Marshmallow, Death, Frankenstein, Gravedigger Billy, and the Blinky Monster. That is 5 brand new playable characters. That's that's quite a lot. And the fact that they've added all those characters is really cool. That's a lot of playable characters to add for a starter, and well, yeah, and yeah, they're not all big characters. I mean, the Space Marshmallow, and Blinky Monster, and even Death. They are pretty, and even Gravedigger Billy. They're not big characters. Frankenstein's maybe the one major one because he actually had a pretty big role in that story. But I can see people arguing that the others weren't very good characters, but they developed them. That's what I like. That's what I think is really good about this event. Is they developed those characters and they've talked about them more and they've sort of developed them. They're not amazing characters. No, they're not. They're pretty funny. But I feel like they did a good job. And of course we have the filmmaker Lisa and the werewolf Flanders and the crazy iguana lady as 3 costumes. Really cool costumes. I think that all 3 of these costumes are spot on and they're really good. Even the filmmaker Lisa, I really like it. Strangely enough, they added loads of buildings: the Shining House, Elementary School, Mad Doctor's Castle, Medieval Cathedral, the Battle Dome. Loads of buildings. Quite a few anyway. Really cool format. I do like the format this year. I think it is a cool little one. You can send the kids trick-or-treating, and at the same time you can send the adults to battle the huge worm things. I think it's a really, really cool formula, and I really like it. However, it's not the best one in my opinion. The best one is another one. So can we have that drum roll to reveal the best one, please? So I've put 2013. I've kind of changed my opinion a bit. I know I used to not be so highly credited about this one, but I now am. I prefer it a lot more. So yeah, I've gone with 2013. Now, the reason I went for 2013 is purely because they added so much. So, of course, we had Boobarella added. We had the crawling zombie added. We have the crazy zombie with the frog prince. We had a Homer Strongman costume, which we had to build, which I thought was really good. King Snorky, Kodos, Mod Flanders Ghost, which I think was one of the best characters in the game, and honestly, it was done really, really well. Susanna the Witch, the snarling zombie, the sniffing zombie, the senile zombie. They added a lot of zombies, but yeah, they added non-playable characters, but they added Mod, who is a really, really big character, a really, really major character, and they did it pretty well. They added the Count Burns costume, really, really memorable costume, really, really cool costume. Kodos, really, really big character. King Snorky, although he was non-playable, I think it was done better. And Boobarella, even better, made it even better. And Susanna the Witch, they added that's 1, 2, 3, 4 playable characters. And yes, this year added 5, but to be fair, I think Mod is worth like 2, and Boobarella's a pretty big character as well. So I think it's better in terms of that. And of course, we got loads of cool buildings. We got the Ultra House, we got the First Church of Lard Lad, the Gypsy Fortune Teller Store, we got King Homer's Skyscraper, the Gingerbread House, the Pumpkin House, the Twirl and Hurl, which they added another. That's another great thing about this event. They added a decoration. They added a ride to Krusty Land and added a bit more to Krusty Land. So many other things like the Burns' Coffin, the Freak Show, the Ghost Zapper, the Peanut Cart. They added another ray gun, the Victorian UFO. There's just so much things they added to this event, and overall was just brilliant. And I absolutely adored that Halloween event. But alas, I don't think we're ever going to get a Halloween event that good again. And honestly, even that one wasn't perfect. I think it could have been better in some ways. But anyway, guys, that's my list. That's my full list. That's my ranked Halloween events. I thought I'd just do this just to get out the way. I mean, I already sort of I've already judged 2016. I don't think I would have put it any higher or any lower. Judged on Act 3. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. Please comment, subscribe. Tell me your ranked Halloween events if you have played them all. Obviously, if you haven't played 2012, 2013, and you feel like you don't really want to judge them for what you can see, then just judge the ones you have played. Or if you're a new player, then you can just tell me your thoughts on the 2016 Halloween event. Thanks for watching again, guys. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.